Hello, friends. Book Summary of Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I can give you a comprehensive breakdown of the plot and key events for each chapter to give you a clear understanding of how the story unfolds. Chapter 1. Introduction to Onyx Storm. The book opens with Onyx Storm, a former Navy SEAL, who is now working as a private military contractor. Onyx is introduced as a brooding, intense man with a tortured past, haunted by the ghosts of his military service. The trauma of losing someone close to him during a mission weighs heavily on him, and he's reluctant to form personal connections. Onyx is now focused on high-risk security jobs for his private contractor work, avoiding any emotional entanglements. His rugged, no-nonsense attitude immediately sets the tone for the novel. Chapter 2. Violet Anderson's Introduction. The story shifts to Violet Anderson, an intelligent and independent woman. Violet is strong and self-sufficient, but has her own past trauma, marked by the loss of loved ones. She's become a master at guarding her emotions and keeping people at a distance. Violet's world is suddenly shaken when she gets involved in a high-stakes operation, drawing her into a world of danger and intrigue. Although she's skeptical of men like Onyx, she's forced to work alongside him on a mission that puts both of their lives at risk. Chapter 3. The First Meeting. Violet and Onyx meet during a covert operation where they are tasked with protecting a high-profile target. Their first interaction is tense, as Onyx's reputation precedes him. He's known for being ruthless and emotionally distant. Violet is wary of him, but their chemistry is palpable. Onyx is immediately intrigued by Violet's intelligence and self-reliance, but he keeps his distance, still haunted by his past and reluctant to let anyone in. Chapter 4. Building Tension. As the mission continues, Onyx and Violet are forced to work together, and their interactions become more intense. Violet's sharp mind and quick thinking prove invaluable, but her growing attraction to Onyx complicates things. She tries to keep her emotions in check, but the tension between them builds. Onyx starts to notice her strength and resilience, and his internal conflict grows as he tries to push her away while still being drawn to her. Chapter 5. Conflict arises. During a mission gone wrong, Onyx and Violet find themselves in a dangerous situation where their lives are on the line. Onyx is forced to protect Violet, and in doing so, he reveals a small glimpse of the softer side he's been hiding. However, Violet's independence and reluctance to trust him create friction between them. She's afraid of getting too close to someone like Onyx, fearing the heartache and loss she's experienced in the past. Chapter 6. Flashbacks to Onyx's past. In this chapter, the reader is given insight into Onyx's troubled past through flashbacks. Onyx reflects on his time as a Navy SEAL, particularly the tragic loss of a close friend during a mission. This event has shaped Onyx into the emotionally closed-off man he is today. His fear of losing anyone else keeps him distant and guarded, even when his feelings for Violet begin to grow. Chapter 7. Violet's Vulnerability. Violet opens up to Onyx, revealing the emotional scars of her past. She shares her own history of loss and the reasons she keeps people at a distance. This moment of vulnerability deepens their connection, but Violet is still reluctant to fully trust Onyx, fearing he'll break her heart. Onyx, for his part, is torn between his desire to protect her and his fear of letting her into his heart. Chapter 8. Heightened Stakes. The tension between Onyx and Violet reaches a breaking point when the mission becomes even more dangerous. They are forced to rely on each other completely as external threats close in. The emotional stakes are raised as Onyx and Violet's bond deepens, and they begin to question their own fears and motivations. Onyx struggles with his feelings for Violet, realizing he can no longer keep her at arm's length. Chapter 9. A Moment of Peace. In the middle of all the chaos, Onyx and Violet share a quiet, intimate moment that allows them to briefly escape the danger surrounding them. They open up to each other more, acknowledging the growing attraction between them. Onyx begins to realize that his fear of love and loss might be preventing him from finding true happiness. Violet, too, starts to see Onyx in a new light, no longer just a hardened soldier, but a man capable of love and vulnerability. Chapter 10. Emotional Climax. The external conflict comes to a head when Onyx and Violet are faced with a life-threatening situation. Onyx's protective instincts kick in, and he does everything in his power to keep Violet safe. Their physical safety isn't the only thing at risk. Both of them must confront their emotional walls. Onyx, realizing that his fear of opening up has kept him from living fully, makes a decision to risk it all for a chance at love with Violet. Chapter 11. Confession of Love. In the heat of the moment, Onyx finally confesses his love for Violet. This emotional revelation comes as they are still in the midst of a dangerous operation, but it marks a turning point for both of them. Violet, overwhelmed by her own feelings, admits that she loves him too. Their love story becomes the emotional core of the novel, giving both characters the strength to face the threats surrounding them. Chapter 12. The Final Showdown. The final mission culminates in a high-intensity showdown, where Onyx and Violet must fight for their lives against powerful adversaries. With everything on the line, they have no choice but to trust each other completely. Their teamwork and love for one another help them survive, and they emerge victorious but not without scars. The danger is over, but the emotional stakes are higher than ever. Chapter 13. Healing and Resolution. In the aftermath of the mission, Onyx and Violet begin to heal from their pasts. Onyx, no longer afraid to open his heart, and Violet, no longer afraid of trusting someone, look forward to a future together. They understand that while their lives will never be without risk, their love is something worth fighting for. The book ends on a hopeful note, showing that despite their troubled histories, they have found solace in each other. Onyx Storm is a fast-paced emotional journey of love, loss, and healing. The chapter-by-chapter events blend action, suspense, and romantic development as Onyx and Violet face both external threats and personal struggles. The novel explores the transformative power of love and how, even in the darkest of times, healing is possible when two people are willing to open their hearts to each other. Thanks for listening.